Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, April 22nd, 2021, and today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 23, Genesis 30, 25 through 43, and then Acts 3, 17 through 26, and I'm going to take a look at Genesis 30 today and, talk about what my consultant says. So, you remember that time that Laban kind of hired a consultant to tell him how he should deal with his employee Jacob? Not really, but it kind of is. It's like, I think it's like management style of the Bronze Age version of hiring a consultant. So Jacob, if you haven't read the story of Jacob, go back to Genesis and read the story of Jacob and Laban. Jacob is an interesting character himself, but the thing is, he'd been working for his father-in-law Laban for quite some time, and was, Laban was a dirty dealer anyway, and Jacob was kind of dirty dealer too. But anyway, and Jacob was done with it, and he wanted to leave the organization, and he wanted to take his family and the little bit that he did have and go, because he was doing all this work and creating all this wealth, and Laban was just enjoying it, but not really, doing much for him on the side. So he wanted to leave the organization. And so he goes with this kind of notice, turns his notice in, walks into the office, and turns in his notice. And so Laban's confronted with this pretty serious staffing issue, this hole in the organization that he's going to have to fill. His best and most productive employee wants to leave. So what does he do? Interesting. I like the way he talks about this. He says, Laban said to him, "If you will allow me to say so, I have learned by divination that the Lord has blessed me because of you." So Laban consults with the spirits, right, to see what he should do. But the truth is, he was looking for answers that he already knew, right? He comes to the spirits, presumably, with these questions that he already knew the answers to, and wants the spirits to tell him what to do. And like I said, he was looking for answers that he already knew. I think he was looking for a course of action that he didn't have to take the responsibility for, right? So he knows the answers to his questions. He knows what he wants to do or should do, but he doesn't want to take responsibility for it. So he brings in this mysterious consultation with these spirits. And apparently they're the ones who point out to him just how valuable to the organization that Jacob actually is. And oh yes, he does bring value to the organization. He has increased our wealth. And so he says, "I've learned through divination. My consultation has pointed out how beneficial that you've been to the organization. So let's talk benefits. Let's talk a benefits package. What can I do for you?" And so Laban wants to shift the position, right? He wants to shift the position of power, and he wants to look like he's doing Jacob a favor. And Jacob calls him on it. Jacob calls him out on it. Basically says, you didn't need a consultant to put that out to you. You didn't need divination. You didn't need the spirits to tell you how much work I've done for you and how much value I've given you. Calls him out on it. He knew that Laban knew, right? He knew that Laban knows what he had before Jacob shows up, and he knows that Laban knows what he now has after Jacob has shown up and worked for him all these years. And the truth of the matter is that anything he possibly wants to do for Jacob comes out of the wealth that Jacob built for him. So it's this interesting story of, how Jacob has created wealth and value for Laban's household, and Laban won't acknowledge that, and Laban won't respect that, and Laban freaks out when at the end of the day, Jacob wants to leave. If you want to read what happens else after this staffing meeting, go back and read Genesis 30, 25 through 43, and you'll read the rest of the story. Anyway, that's the DBR for today. Go out, have a good day, enjoy the weather, and we'll be back tomorrow. Huggins will have another DBR for you. Boop.